Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just hanging out here at the beach, just relaxing, have some of the ocean by me. I know you're probably jealous. I'm just enjoying being out. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm in my kid's sandbox. Don't be jealous. I'm not really at the ocean. It's 10-Minute Tuesday! Are you guys ready? Oh my gosh, the sun is so bright. It's 10-Minute Tuesday. Are you guys ready? Get ready! Okay, are you ready for 10-Minute Tuesday? So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. I'm trying to keep these to 10 minutes, but I try not to talk too much. Okay, so here we go. We got our timer set. My annoying timer. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over a couple questions. So I want to say thank you guys so much for asking your questions in the comment last week. And we have a couple questions here. So one of the questions was that someone naturally gravitates towards neutral finishes. And it's a fact that those are what sell the best, but you can still do neutral and hone in different techniques. So people like neutral, but people also like unique. So you could use your neutral colors and you could still do like stone finishes, maybe use sea spray, you know, I did a piece, this piece right here, and this was a neutral kind of boho piece where it had the wood and it had neutral colors, but it had a stencil. And so you can kind of branch out that way. I've got a couple pieces. I did a stone finish on this little side table right here. And these are neutral. They'll fit into anyone's decor and they'll fit into your decor, but they just have a little bit something more special to them. It's not just a one color finish. It's got a stencil, it's got texture. So if you don't think that you're ready for wild colors, or wild colors are not what you like, maybe your clientele is not something that they like, but you really want to try something different, you can do different mediums, different textures, like I said, stencils. Sometimes transfers are a good idea. There are some transfers that are a little bit more neutral. You can try things like that. So hopefully that answers your question. Also, remember that colors that are neutral, there's a lot of different colors that are neutral, not just whites and off-whites and tans. You've got colors that are blues, so you've got your navy blues. Those are neutral colors that will fit into most decor as well. So you can throw color out there and it's still neutral enough that it fits. Vintage duck egg is a really good color that fits into most decor. So think about, you know, white and gray and things like that are not the only neutral colors out there. There are pigments and colors with pigments, blues, vintage duck egg, things like that, that are somewhat neutral that will fit into most decor. So just think about that as well, that just because it's got a pigment to it does not mean that it's not neutral enough to fit into your decor or your client's decor or something like that. And it also gives it like just a slight pop of color that it adds character to whatever room it's in. So, okay, other question. So the other question is that in their area, everyone wants a Walmart price, and I get that. But if you're trying to sell in your local area, what is going to set you apart from other people is the way you present your final product, okay? People they cannot see. You have to help them see and visualize. And what I mean by that is staging. So if you took a piece, and let's say that you have this piece, but you just threw it in front of, you know, my garage wall and didn't do anything to it. People are gonna assume that, you're just a furniture flipper, okay? Who cares? She probably doesn't care. But when you take a piece, to me, I always say this, my art starts at the piece I pick, to the finish that I pick, to the way that I stage it, to the photographs. That whole process is part of my art. And that is what's gonna set you apart from maybe, you know, Sally down the street. If Sally's doing furniture, but she's not presenting it
in a high quality way, that's what's gonna set you apart. That's what's gonna show people, look, I'm serious. I did this, I did the hard work, I staged it, it looks beautiful. And I'm telling you, I used to live in Cheyenne, Wyoming, okay? It's not a huge area, it doesn't have a ton of money, but you will find people who will appreciate and want your art when you deliver it in a way that shows that you mean business, that this is not just some cheapo, you know, Walmart piece. I'm not gonna put all my time and energy into it just to sell it to you for $100. So it's all in how you present yourself, in the confidence you present yourself. Have confidence in your work and in your product and what you're going to sell to people. And, you know, I'm not saying stand firm. You know, there's a lot of people who are like, don't ever go down in price. That's fine. You got to do what you have to do for yourself. But I'm telling you that when you present it differently, it's like if you present a piece and it's not staged versus a piece that's staged, that alone sets you apart from the person down the street from you. So my biggest advice for people who are selling furniture is stage, stage, stage. You don't have a staging area. I use my dining room. I literally move everything out of my dining room to put a piece of furniture there. My husband helps me move things up and down the stairs. I understand that not everybody has someone that can help them do that. You have to get creative. If you look at Brandy, my really good friend Brandy from Brush by Brandy, she used her garage door for years before she built her new home and had a staging area. In my old house in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I had a little tiny area in my garage. What I did is I went to Menards and I got this sheet, okay, like the paneling, and I put that on the wall, and then I got one to put on the floor, and then what I did is I got a trim piece, a baseboard trim piece that I put up, and that was my staging area. But no one knew that it was just a little section in my garage. So you have to get creative. If you don't have the space, maybe you could build a little thing on wheels. Most people's situation isn't ideal, so you have to get creative. That's what we are, we're creatives. So get creative with what you have. Trying to stage it in maybe a not great area is better than just not trying at all. The thing that I was asked was about this pandemic that's going on. Unfortunately, I'm not an economics major, I'm a psychology major, but I do think, so my husband and I, we invest in the market and we've lost quite a bit of money. It's not so much, and this is coming from my financial advisor. So, I mean, I'm a smart person, but my financial advisor said, you know, we're not in an economic recession, we're in a medical recession. So I'm hoping that when this is all done, because people are not spending money because they're out of a job and things like that right now. It's not that people are not spending money and they're still working and they just don't have the money. People are not spending money because they're not at work right now. So hopefully when all of this blows over and all of this gets better and it levels out, I'm hoping that once people go back to work, are able to open back their shops, are able to do this, then we will see a rise in sales. I have heard that online businesses are doing well. So if you're a retailer for a paint company, or you've got furniture online or something like that, or maybe you don't have your stuff online, you may consider it. I don't know how long this is gonna go on. It could be a few more weeks, it could be months. I wish I had an answer for you. I know this is really tough. I know it's really tough on businesses. And so that's why I say maybe if you're a retailer for paint or something like that, you know, put it online or offer a service where you send it in the mail. Or I wish I could answer that question better, because each area of the country, of the world, has different laws and rules right now. I mean, I live in Germany and we have fines for certain specific things if you're in groups of 2 or more or whatever. So I know it's really tough, and I wish I could give you a better answer for that, but I don't have it. Let's end on a positive note. So I was asked, how do you know how much product to order? So a lot of companies will actually give you exactly what their paint and things like that will cover. So if you can look on the website, it'll say, you know, an 8-ounce jar will cover, you know, this many square meters or whatever it is. And you can always look. Also, it comes with experience and time. So I always overbuy. I know that sounds maybe not the best economically, but that way I never have to, you know, I didn't finish a side and I'm like, oh crap, I can't find that. I always over prepare for my project. And like I said, it'll come with time. knowing how much you need. But again, if you get your paint from a retailer, you get your paint online, or you get your paint from, I don't know, say you order it from my affiliate link, you can always message me and ask me. I get that question quite a bit. I have people send me the picture of what they're working on, and then I'm able to kind of gauge how much they need, how much product they would need. So that's something that comes with time, but that's something that you can always reach out to your retailer. You can reach out to the company, you know, myself, for advice on how much you're actually going to need. So hopefully that answered your question. I think this was a good 10-minute Tuesday. I really hope everyone is safe, and I really hope that you guys are healthy and you're staying inside. I know this is tough times. Like I said, that question about the pandemic, and I wish I had a better answer. I wish I had a crystal ball and I knew what the future was, but I just don't. So, all right guys, that's 10 minutes. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week. Let's turn that off, that's annoying. I hope you have an awesome, awesome week, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.